Welcome back to another edition of Fact Over Feelings. And in this segment, we're going to be talking about who keeps you accountable. Welcome to the Arnoldsthoughts podcast. This is Keys to the Game, where we put all of our feelings to the side and look at the facts so we can go up to another level in our mindset and in our life. If this is your first time, please do me a huge favor. Hit that like, subscribe button. Let's get straight into it. Now, who's keeping you accountable? I was having a great conversation with one of my friends, and he's just one of those guys that you can always connect to, got the same mindset, got the same growth, have the same drive to want to get better in life. And we was talking about accountability. Who's keeping you accountable? Because a lot of times, most people have their vision. Let's talk about those who has their vision. Those who have their goals, and they know what they are called to be. They know what they're called to do. They know that whatever it is that I see for myself, I know I need to do that. But am I being accountable enough to do what's required to achieve what I see for myself? And that's the real question. Are you being accountable to do the things required of you to make that reality come true, make that dream come true, make the vision that you have for yourself come through? Because I think a lot of times when we see what we have for ourselves in our life, we see that, we're meant to lead a lot of people. We see that we're meant to change some people's lives, and we see that, we got a calling on our lives, and there's certain things that we need to do. We see it, we got the vision, we got the glimpse, we feel it deep down. But we also know the work that is required in order to do that. And a lot of us are not holding ourselves accountable enough to achieve those things. They are not letting yourself realize that, I might have to go take this extra course. I might have to go get this degree, because in doing so, I will be able to make the reality that I want for myself come true. And there's certain steps that I have to do. Even though I see the end of where I want to be, we can't skip all the steps in between in order to reach that. And a lot of times we allow ourselves to just try to be so busy with the vision that we don't do the steps. Who's keeping you accountable for taking the steps that you are needed to get to the level that you want out of your life? Why do so many individuals struggle to hold themselves accountable for their dreams? Are external factors truly to blame, or is it often a lack of a personal responsibility? We can't blame external factors for what we want to do internally. At the end of the day, whatever it is that you're striving for, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, it starts with the internal work first. It has to be internally what you want first and what you're trying to do. Whatever you see for yourself, internally you have to want that, and you have to be accountable for yourself to make that be expressed outwardly. So we can't let external factors distract us or pull us away from what we need to do. And I'm going to be honest, because it's not easy. There are so many external factors in life that's just going I just gotta laugh on that one. It's just so many external life situations. Like, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter, every time you're trying to do something right, and you say, let me do the things that I need to do to be able to move the needle forward, something always happens. Some type of disruption, some type of chaos, some type of interference is going to come into your life to try to knock you off balance. I think there's a great book called The War of Art. And it was just saying, like, the war that we face is basically against procrastination. It's against every time we have something very important we need to do, something is always going to come to knock us off our horse. Something is always going to come to try to deter us. And the more closer that you are to getting it done, the more and more distractions that will come your way and try to hinder you from doing that. Who are the people that you're keeping around you to help you be accountable for yourself? Because That's why we have partners. That's why they have accountability groups. That's why you have people with same like-mindedness to help you reach your goals and reach to where you need to do, because it is a difficult path trying to do it by yourself. But is it capable? Yes, because there's going to come moments and times along your journey that you're going to be alone. There's going to be a season of isolation that one must go through in order to reach what they envision for themselves. But you cannot pass up the work that is necessary for you to get there first. And if you're not reach that level of accountability for yourself to do the things without somebody watching your back, without somebody holding your hand, without somebody in your ear every single day, you have to be accountable for yourself to get to your vision, to get to your goals, to get to your dreams. And you can't let things externally hinder you from doing that. You can't let things externally hinder you from doing that. Is the concept of following your passion sometimes an excuse for not taking accountability? Can that pursuit of passion sometimes blind us to the necessary steps and work that we need to do? Can the passion blind us from the things that we need to do? Can we be so fired up about what we want to do that we don't take the time to strategically set time and action steps to do the things required? We're just going to say, I'm so fired up. I'm so have so much fire and desire to do these things. But with that, with all that motivation, with all that inspiration, with all that, there still must be a strategic plan to acquire and do all the things that is necessary. Yes, I could be fired up, ready to go and do all that, but if I do not have a strategic plan set to the side to do these things, then I will not reach my goal, because you need a strategic plan. There must be action steps that must take. You will not get to your dreams and your goals by accident. They will not just fall in your lap. They will not just fall in your hands. You will have to work. You will have to be strategically sound. You have to be fundamentally sound in your plan. What is your step? What is the steps that is necessary to get to where you want? What are the steps necessary to reach your dream, goals, whatever it may be? What are those steps that you must take? You must have a plan. You can't be so fired up that you don't do anything, or you get so fired up that you do anything that does not, and that anything might be something that does not even go towards what you're trying to achieve in the first place. But you're just so blinded by, I'm just so fired up to do something. Good. Keep that passion and desire. But a plan must follow behind that. Details, like everything that you think about, a car, school, whatever, they have what? Anything powerful that comes with it, they normally have something, a detailed book, guide to tell you what you must do in order to make this thing work. In order to build it, there's a manual that still comes with a strategic information that is given in order for you to have or build or do whatever it is that you need to do. There must be a plan in there. Why does fear of failure prevent many people from fully committing to their dreams? Is the fear of judgment or criticism a valid reason for avoiding accountability? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you are scared, good. If it hurts a little bit, good. Fear is a great indicator of things that you normally should do. You only fear what you do not know. You fear that it might not work. You fear that something will go wrong along the journey. Newsflash, everything that you think will go wrong will probably go wrong. How you respond to that is the key. You can be frightened. You will be frightened. If your dream, I posted something else, and a lady said, if your dreams do not scare you, if your dreams do not scare you, then they're probably not big enough. If your dreams don't scare you, then they are probably not big enough. So fear is a part of having the big dream, having the big goals, having what you want, there has to be some sort of fear of that, because it has to be that big, it has to be that strong enough to affect you inside, to make you realize that this is something really worth going after. But we cannot let the fear stop us from doing what is necessary for us to have what we want, to be accountable. We must also do the things that are required of us to have in this life. Do not let fear stop you. Do not let fear even be a concept that is used negatively. If you have that hint of fear, the butterflies, that is a good thing. Learn how to use that to use as a guide, as a compass, to know that, hey, you know what? I think I'm headed in the right direction, because this kind of scares me a bit. And sometimes we are scared of how great we might be in the situation, and how great we might be into going after what we want in life. Sometimes it's not the fear of that we won't make it or we won't be able to do it. It's the fear of when we do get there, and when we do achieve, and we do have the fame, the success, the glory that we ask for, or what comes with doing everything to reach your dream. Whatever comes with that. Sometimes most people fear that. They fear the greatness that is within them. The greatness that is within them is what fears the most of the fear comes from, because it's like, I don't really accept that I am this great. I see it, I feel it, I want it, but I don't know if that's really for me, and that scares people. That makes you think, that makes you wonder, is this really for me? Am I worthy enough for this? And the answer is yes. So do not let fear stop you. Do not let anything stop you. You must get to a certain level in yourself and work on being accountable for yourself, to take the right steps, to not let anything external stop you, and to not let fear get in your way to achieve what you want in your life, to get to your goals and your visions and your dreams. Listen, that's all I got for this episode of Fact Over Feelings. I hope you guys enjoy it. I thank you for joining me, and that's all I got for this episode. Till next time. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. I greatly appreciate it.